Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. It's Little Cutie Podcast. It's not too long. Well, I'm just doing a little podcast here with Zoro. Zoro's sleeping on my lap. You know, he's a little fat, lazy fat boy who can't sleep on his bed. If we're in the same room, he's like, I don't want to sleep on my bed. I want to sleep on your lap. I'm gonna keep biting your chair until you pull me up onto your lap so I can sleep. Yeah. Of course, Zoro had a little rough morning this morning. You know, last night he didn't poop on his walk. You know, and then he didn't poop at nighttime. And we're like, putting him in bed. And it's like, where's your poop? Where's your poop? You need to poop, dog. You didn't poop tonight. You know. So he starts barking at like 6 a.m. this morning. Like, oh god, what's going on? I go, goddamn dog, shut up. You know, we go in his little bed cage area. He pooped all over the floor there and in his cage there, and then he stepped on the poop there, and so it got poop all over his cage there, and then he was just covered in poop, and it's like 6 a.m. Goddamn dog's covered in poop. So we had to clean that up there. Wipe off his feet. Oh, Zoro. Oh, having a dog is great. Oh, having a dog is great. It's a little snowy over here in Japan today. A little snowy woey. Well, first snow of the season. Of the winter season. Goddamn snow. Maybe that's why he didn't want to poop last night. It was too cold. He's like, oh god, when you sit down on that cold toilet seat, and you're like, oh god, I don't want to poop anymore. That's why they got those heated toilet seats over here in Japan. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Anyway, let's see. Last night I did a little Japanese comedy. Oh god, I feel like it was terrible. It's terrible for me. When I was doing it a few years ago, I realized I practiced a lot. I wrote down my sets and just memorized every single word. Practiced it again and again and again. And even still, then it was difficult to remember. Like, oh god, it's so hard to remember. Like this time, I wrote down the jokes. I wrote them out and kind of practiced once, and then, I figured when I was going over there, I was like, well, I can speak Japanese pretty good here. I got the beats down of these jokes. I'll just try to. I don't need to memorize it word for word. I'll just be in the flow on stage there. Of course, then I get on stage and I can't remember any of the vocabulary words. I'm just like, oh god damn it. Oh god damn it. Haven't reached that level yet. God, I'm so jealous of everyone that can speak Japanese better than me. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah, some of these, I guess, it's all in the bell curve there, your language skills. Everyone's natural language skills are on the bell curve there, Some people are just naturally very good at languages, Probably less than 5% of the population are in tier 3. I feel like I'm on the lower end of the bell curve there, I'm a standard deviation away from the mean, if you know what I'm talking about there. I feel like the amount that I study, I'm just fucking dumb. I guess is what it is. I'm just dumb, dude. I don't have any language skills. I don't have any natural language skills. I'm dumb as fuck. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of frustrating, When you see these people that just speak so well, it's like, oh, I've been studying Japanese 2 years. I'm like, they speak better than me, even though I've been here for 10 years. It's like, oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Anyway, so I think if I do, I definitely do want to keep doing Japanese comedy, but I'm definitely going to have to practice more. I can't rely on my speaking. I'm going to have to definitely memorize every single joke, every single word, which is annoying. I never really want to practice. It's hard enough. I got a set tonight. I'm gonna do a set tonight. Like Valentine's Day themed set. And I already got all my jokes. But like practicing alone, like saying the jokes out loud, it's just like I never want to do it. Like it's always good practice, but it's just like, oh god, I don't want to do this. This is fucking useless. Who am I talking? There's no audience. You're just sitting there talking to the mirror. It's just like, oh god, I don't want to go to school today, mommy. I don't feel good. I want to eat some Campbell's soup. I want to eat some chicken noodle soup. I don't want to go to school today. I have a math test. I didn't study for the math test. I'm going to fail the math test. Where's my chicken noodle soup? I have a sore throat. Oh. I remember when I was a little kid, like I think I told this story before once on the podcast, maybe a few hundred episodes ago, but I'll tell it again. I remember one time I was a little kid, my brother like didn't go to school because he said he like slept wrong. He had like a kink in his neck, so he couldn't move his neck. It hurt to move his neck. He had a kink in his neck, and he's like, oh, I can't move my head, it hurts. Oh, I got a kink, and like I think he stayed home that day. I don't know if he was actually sick, but it kind of got imprinted in my mind that like that was a thing. It's like, oh, what? You can do that? You can sleep wrong and have it wake up with a kink in your neck so you can't move your head without it hurting. And so that means you don't have to go to school, So I try to use that excuse too. My mom one day, I was like, I can't go to school today. I got a kink in my neck. I slept on it wrong. And my mom was like, all right, well, that's fucking bullshit because that doesn't exist. And I was like, but remember a couple of years ago when I was like 5 years old, I think you let my brother stay home. I mean, maybe he had the flu too or something. But that didn't work. I think now that I think about it, I think that day she actually did let me stay home. I guess she figured it's like, this fucking kid. Oh, fuck, this fucking kid. School's fucking useless anyway. Goddamn kid, he sucks at learning languages anyway. He's in the lower. He's a standard deviation away from the mean. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I got that going on tonight. Little love-themed jokes. We'll just talk about dating, talk about relationships, just talk about our feelings. It's like, oh my God, don't you guys like it when you don't you hate it when you go on a date with a guy and he just calls you fat? Oh my God. It's like, don't call me fat, all right? I'm trying to lose weight, all right? Do I look fat in this dress? I look good on me. Anyway, all right, well, it's been, congratulations if you're still listening. It's been 7 minutes, this podcast, and I still have not yet talked about the UFC, which is the title of this podcast. My UFC predictions. UFC 284. Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. I think Makhachev is definitely going to win that one. Of course, I'm going to be rooting for Volkanovski. Of course, I've underestimated him before. I thought he lost that second fight with Max Holloway, and I thought that third fight there, I thought he might lose, but he looked so good in that fight. Holy guacamole, dude! Volkanovski just looked amazing in that third. He looked better than ever, So I don't want to underestimate him, but I don't know. I just think it's like, what's he gonna do against Makhachev here? And Makhachev, I thought maybe his striking was his weakness, but then he outstruck the Brazilian guy. God, I can't think of his name right now. Du Bronx, Charles Oliveira. He outstruck Oliveira, who probably has some of the best striking in the 155 division. And Islam Makhachev outstruck him, so that. I thought the guy's got no weaknesses now. I mean, his striking is so good. Like I think maybe Volkanovski's going to have the speed advantage. Might have the speed advantage. So he might be able to like counter. Volkanovski is very good at counter striking, so that could definitely be his advantage there. Islam tries to hit him. Islam gets a little counter struck there. But if Islam's ever in trouble with the striking, he's just going to start wrestling. It's like he's going to use father's plan. If he ever gets in any trouble, it's like why would he ever make this a striking fight? I think Islam's going to try to take him down the very first round there. Like Volkanovski, he hasn't really fought like any wrestlers the whole time. I think Frankie Edgar, like 5 years ago, was the last time he fought a wrestler. Let's look at his record here. Let's see. Fought Max Holloway, striker, Korean Zombie, a striker. He fought Brian Ortega, who's a striker, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, and he almost got submitted by Brian Ortega there, And if he gets in those same submissions, if Islam Makhachev gets him in those same submissions with his increased strength, because Islam Makhachev's got to be way stronger than Brian Ortega. I don't think Volkanovski's not going to be escaping from that. Definitely not going to be escaping from that. Okay, fought Max Holloway, striker. Jose Aldo, striker. Chad Mendez, a wrestler. That was the last time he fought a wrestler, Chad Mendes, in 2018. Chad Mendes. Yeah, so, like, he hasn't fought any wrestlers at 145 there, you know, so I don't know. I mean, of course, he did play rugby. That's kind of like wrestling. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the very first round there. Like, if he's able to stuff a takedown, then I think he has a chance. But I don't know, man. I don't think his ground game he'll probably have a striking advantage, speed advantage, but his ground game, wrestling game, it's going to not be enough for Makhachev. And of course, Islam was fucking huge too. This guy. I mean, he's fighting at 155, but he's got to be like 190. This guy's huge too, you know? I mean, there's weight classes for a reason, you know? Anyway, good luck to Volkanovski. I kind of wanted to bet on him, but I just don't think. I'm hoping he's going to shock the world there. I'm rooting for him. I think it'll be funny. I think it'd be great. But I don't know, man. Then, of course, we got Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett, who Josh Emmett probably should not be in this fight at all. I think he lost that fight against Calvin Kattar. And Josh Emmett's 37 years old. Yair Rodriguez is only 30 years old. You know, some people are saying that Josh Emmett's going to out-wrestle Yair Rodriguez. And it could be the case, you know. Josh Emmett takes a lot of steroids, so he might be able to out-wrestle their Rodriguez, you know. But I don't know. Like Emmett doesn't. Does he wrestle so much? I don't know. In his Kattar fight, he didn't wrestle that much. Danny Ige, I don't know. This guy's. Yeah, I've seen most of his fights. I don't remember him being a wrestler really. Let's see his background. Oh, I guess he did wrestle. Yeah, he wrestled for 14 years. Through college. Oh, that could be a problem then, huh? Because thing is, I put $20 on Yair Rodriguez. I'm very convinced. I'm very convinced that Josh Emmett in the striking department, he's not going to stand a chance, man. Yair Rodriguez is so much faster and strong and crisper. I mean, that fight with Max Holloway, he was keeping up with Max Holloway, you know. So I was thinking about putting $100 on Yair Rodriguez. You know, I'm that confident in this matchup. I feel like that, but yeah, I guess maybe Josh Emmett might have a better game plan there. He might out wrestle him, but even I don't know, man. I feel like Josh Emmett's just not that good. He's just not that good, and he's an old man. You know, maybe if he was the same age, he might have a chance there. But he didn't even start fighting until he was he didn't start fighting until he was 30 years old, which is a little too late. A little too late, Josh Emmett. I guess that's why you're taking so many steroids. Anyhoot, I hope Yair Rodriguez wins. I was thinking about putting $100, but I just only put 20. You know, usually I do the $5 bet there, but I'm extremely confident that Yair Rodriguez is going to win this fight. So I put $20 on him. But yeah, I don't know. Hope he doesn't get out wrestled there. Oopsies. Oops. Might be a bad matchup. Oopsies. And of course, we've got Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena versus Randy Brown. Don't care about that fight. Then we got Justin Tafa versus fan favorite Quintuple P. Parker the Porker with a fat penis porter. I think I put $10 on Justin Tafa too. You know, both these guys suck, but Parker Porter's a little fat boy. So he probably should be fighting at like 170. You know. But he's fighting at heavyweight because he's a little fat boy. He's Parker the Porker with a fat penis porter. I don't think, yeah, Justin Tafa's already 29 years old. Put $10 on Tafa. Those are my only two bets there. Yair Rodriguez, Justin Tafa. I wanted to put $5 on Volkanovski, but I just don't. That's my love for him clouding my judgment. You know. You can't let your love cloud your judgment, you know? Of course, we also got Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Menifield. I was thinking about putting some money on Jimmy Crute. But, yeah, both these guys, they have decent records, but, you know. Menifield's 35 and Jimmy Crute's 26. You know, Jimmy Crute, I don't know, he might... It's the classic matchup, experience versus athleticism. Of course, this is light heavyweight, so, you know. the higher up you go, the older you can be. So let's see. We got the prelims here. The prelims. Let's see what we got on the prelims. There's only 2 fights on the prelims. Everything else got canceled. This can't be right. This can't be right. They got to rearrange some of these, right? No, let's go to the early prelims. We got Jamie Malarkey versus Francisco Prado. This guy's only 20 years old, 11-0. That should be an interesting fight. I'll see this guy. I feel like Malarkey should win this one. I gotta check the odds on that one. I think Malarkey's pretty terrible too, though. But you never know these guys. He's 20 years old, 11-0. But it's like who have you fought really? You haven't lost yet, but who have you? You're only 20 years old. It's not like you fought anybody. There's a bunch of no names on these prelims here. Oh, anyway, I guess that's it for the fights there. Of course, we got the Super Bowl on Monday. Super Bowl. Who you guys got? You got the Chiefs, Eagles. I think most of the money's on the Eagles there, because they've been doing pretty hot. They've been doing very well in their 2 playoff games. I was thinking about putting a bet Eagles plus or Eagles more than 25 points. Yeah, I was looking at the points. I don't know which team's going to win there. I was looking at the point spread. Like I think both the bets are over 25 points for each team, or over 50. I think it's over 52 total points. And the Chiefs are pretty offensive based. They don't their defense isn't they don't win with their defense. They win with their offense. They're a high offensive team, and the Eagles too. They've been scoring a lot, even though they have all those injuries. They're still scoring a lot. So I feel like this is gonna be a high scoring game. So I think I might put $5. I can't decide. See, the problem is the Eagles' defense is pretty decent. Last 2 games they held their opponents to like under 10 points. So I wonder if their defense is going to be so good. And so I'm wondering if they'll be able to hold. If they'll be able to, I wonder if there's going to be a defensive style game or not. But how to do all depends. I think I might put $5 on the Eagles to score more than 25 points. So 4 touchdowns. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good score there. God, I feel like the score of this game is going to be like. Let's see. I feel like the score is probably going to be 20. It's probably going to be 30-27. I think that's going to be the final score, 30-27. 30. No, I'm going to say it's going to be 33-27. 33-27 Eagles. Or 33-27 Chiefs. That's my prediction. Don't follow any of my predictions on football, though, because I've been wrong pretty much every time. And every time I bet on football, I lose. So that's why I only bet on UFC. Yair Rodriguez, Justin Tafa. Those are my 2 picks. I probably should have put $500 on Yair Rodriguez. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. What day is this? It's Friday. I might make another podcast tomorrow. Probably not, though. Anyway, thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.